What's up, family? Man, last night, Thursday night, had the privilege of going to see Mary J. Blige in concert in Brooklyn. Um, and I normally don't put out 2 videos a day unless one of them is like a short or something like that. But man, I was compelled to get up and talk about this morning. It's a trip because I've waited 30 years to see Mary in concert. 30 years. I want that to sink in for some of y'all. 30 years. Mary came out with her first album, What's the 411, back in 1992. Okay? And since that first album, she's always been my girl. That's my girl. You know what I mean? My kids grew up knowing that Mary was my girl. You know, they were my baby girls, but that was my girl. You know what I mean? And it's a trip because I've always waited. I've waited for 30 years, but I waited because I wanted to take the right person with me to the concert. I didn't want to go alone. I wanted to take the right person with me, the right person for me. You know what I mean? And it's taken me 30 years, 30 freaking, well, I can't even do it right, 30 freaking years to get the right one. You know what I mean? And I don't want this video to come across as, man, bragging or any of that stupid stuff, because I'm never about that. You know, those of you that know me, I'm never about that. I'm making this video because I hear so many of us, man, I've been waiting for 5 years. I've been waiting for a year. I've been waiting for 10 years. I've been waiting for, for a long time, and whoop, doo, doo, whoop. And family, 30 years waiting to see this person in concert, to hear this person in concert. I've lived out in LA for a number of years. I could have been done seeing Mary, okay? But it had to be right. And it's a trip because when I came out to New York earlier this year, I met this young lady, Captain Lorenzo, and that's like my girl. She's cool, right? That's a good friend of mine. Me and my wife's now, right? And she got an award for leadership. And so we went out, my wife and I went to go see her award ceremony, and we all went out to eat afterwards. And on the table was this advertisement for Mary's concert. I didn't even know Mary was having a concert. I didn't know she was kicking off her Good Morning Gorgeous tour. You know what I mean? And I saw it on the table. And so I took a picture of it, and I showed my wife. I was like, man, that's cool. You know what I mean? Why am I saying that? Because all these little situations, all these little quote unquote circumstances, all these little things were key into me being able to go see Mary last night. Stay with me. I'm just laying the foundation, and I'm gonna show you how this applies to all of us. Okay. And so had I not gone to my friend's award ceremony and talked them into let's go out to eat somewhere. I'm not familiar with New York. Let's just go somewhere. And they picked this place out of all places to pick. They picked this place who had Mary J. Blige advertisement on the table. I'm talking about synchronicities. Again, I waited 30 years to be able to hear her and see her in concert. My wife and I went in yesterday, and we're at the Barclays Center, and we decided to go eat dinner there before the concert. And this lady came, and she was sitting next to us. She was by herself. Brenda or Belinda, I can't remember, it was one of the two. And she was talking about how she's been a big fan of Mary's forever. And I started laughing. I said, yeah, me too, going back to what's the 411? And she started laughing, talking about her son is 25 years old now. And her son bought her these tickets to go see Mary because she's always been talking about Mary, but she's never seen her in person. She's always talked about Mary. That's my girl. That's my da-da-da-da-da, right? But she's never had a chance to go see her in concert. And now all of a sudden, her son buys her some tickets to go see Mary J in concert. And so she's taking herself out to eat because her birthday's coming up. So she's taking herself out to eat. And so now we meet up. And she shares some more information that I'll talk about later. And so I'm sitting there talking to Brenda, and how she's been a big fan, and Mary J's got her through, being a single mom. Mary J's got her through being sick and all the heartbreaks and all this other stuff, right? And it's like, for those of us that grew up with Mary, you know what I mean? When Mary came out in 92, I was 22 years old. I was 22 years old. And so I'm still young, still clueless. You know what I mean? I thought I was woke, but I was clueless. You know what? Stay with me. And so 30 years later, what does that got to do with you? What does that got to do with the grand scheme of things? What God has for you, I'm going to say that again. What God, source, the universe has for you, can't nobody stop it from happening. What God, source, the universe has for you, man, it's going to come in divine timing. It's not going to come when you want it to come. It'll show up in divine timing. And so many people, I hear so many women, especially women, man, I'm going to be deadbeat. I'm going to be broken down. I'm not going to be able to enjoy it. I'm not going to be able to have fun and blah, blah, blah. When I finally get my king, I'm not going to be able to do da. And you know what I mean? All this stupid stuff. It's like, that's not true. That's our ego playing mind tricks in us, making us continue to keep rushing things. And so many of us have jumped into relationships we never should have. Excuse me. We jumped into relationships we never should have. We did it because we was trying to rush God. We was trying to rush our boo, our queen, our king. They're not going to appear until God says, now you're ready. Now you're mature enough. Now you're responsible enough. Now you've resolved enough issues to where you're not going to fuck this person up even more so. Because everybody gets in a relationship and nobody's perfect. But if you don't resolve these issues about you right here, you're going to fuck them up even more so. If you don't resolve this shit right here, you're going to fuck this relationship up. I'm preserving, I'm keeping that person at bay, because if they don't resolve this shit, they're going to fuck you up even more. They're going to damage you even more. So I got y'all separate. Y'all don't know who the fuck they is. I'm preserving them. I'm preserving you. And in my timing, I'm going to bring y'all little horny, happy asses together and let y'all do what y'all do. But it's going to be on my timing. This is what God was saying to me. And so earlier this year, moved to New York, got married. I got my queen. I got my queen earlier this year. And last night, was able to go see my girl. What God has for you, He's going to keep you physically fit. He's going to keep you emotionally fit, spiritually fit, to where you'll be able to enjoy the blessings that He has for you. So often, because we get lonely, because we don't like being isolated, we make bad choices. And all that does is keep delaying us from getting what He has designed for us. Because we can't wait. We can't sit the fuck down and just deal with some shit so that we can receive the shit He has for us. Man, I'm going to be old and decrepit and nobody's going to want me because I've been single for this long time. I've been whoop and nobody's going to want me. Nobody's going to value me. Nobody's going to appreciate me. Man, I'm getting older and all these young girls, I can't keep up with these young girls no more. Their bodies are tight and mine's are starting to drag and sag and I'm starting to get a little bit of wrinkles and Man, and we all say this stuff. Man, who's going to want, I can't compete with them young lions no more. And they got thick pockets or fat pockets and nice cars and nice clothes, and how can I compete with that? And Man, we all go through this thing, and so we make poor choices of settling. We'll jump into shit that we shouldn't. It's not what I want. but I'm tired of being alone. It's not what I want, but it's better than nothing. It's not what I want, but at least I have somebody. It's not what I want, but at least somebody wants me. Somebody wants me. Somebody wants to value me. Somebody wants to appreciate me. And yeah, they're toxic and they got all this other stuff going on and woo-doo-doo, but man, I could deal with that. I accept that. I accept them cheating on me every once in a while. I accept them cussing me out and disrespecting me every, once a week or so. I accept them putting hands on me. We start lowering our standards because we start thinking, dang, I've been waiting 15 years for my king. I've been waiting 30 or 20 years for my queen. Man, she ain't never gonna show. Man, my standards must be too high. My expectations must be too much. Who the hell am I to think that I can have all of that? Who the hell do I think I am that I deserve that type of person? I must be tripping. I gotta be tripping to think that I could hook up with somebody of that type of caliber. I don't deserve that. And that's why God hasn't given them to me. Because God is telling me I don't deserve that. So I'll take this guy that don't work, don't want to work. All he wants to do is smoke weed, get drunk, and hang out with the fellas. And chase other women. I'll deal with that. And I'll just say that all guys are like that now. All guys are immature. I'll just settle for this guy right here. He goes to work, he comes home, but he never wants to spend time with me. He never wants to take me on a date. He never wants to have quality, intimate time. He's a good worker. He's a hard worker. But he never shows me any love. He never shows me any affection. He doesn't have any goals and ambition as far as what we're going to do as a team, what we're going to do as a couple. He has no concept of, baby, let's go on vacation. Baby, let's go enjoy ourselves. Let's take some time away. I don't care where we go. I just want to be with you. See, and so many women, so many guys, man, we're fiending for that. We're fiending for that intimacy. We're fiending for that connection. Where it's not about how much money you spend. It's the quality time together. It's the intimate time together. And when I talk intimate, it's not about just sex. You could just be walking on the beach or just walking along the shore, walking in a park, walking next to a lake or river, whatever, anywhere, and just be holding hands. Just be next to each other. You be cupcaking in the room and just laying there and watching a movie or just relaxing and laughing and talking. It could be going out on the movies, going out to the movies. It could be going on a cruise, getting on a plane and going somewhere you've never been. Experiencing something you've never done. And because we're not used to that, we start thinking that we don't deserve that. And that's not for us. And that we can't have that. And that's not true. That's not true at all. The problem is we don't want to get in alignment with God and do the work so that he could give us these blessings. We want to just be able to sit on our ass and just, I want this. I'm going to manifest this and just speak stuff into existence and not do anything and not be in alignment and then get mad. Oh, manifesting don't work and da-da-da-da-da and this stuff is bullshit and that's witchcraft. Da-da. No, you just haven't done the work. You're refusing to grow the fuck up and put in the work. You acting like you all that. You could just sit on your ass and God's your fucking servant and you could just bark out orders to God. And God, I want this man to be da-da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da. And I want this woman to be da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. And I want this to happen, da-da-da-da-da-da. And you not do a damn thing to get in alignment, to get on that frequency of getting those things. We have to grow up. We have to grow up. Did it bother me that I had to wait 30 years to be able to go see Mary J? No. The trip is, I got to the point, I don't have to see her. I've always wanted to see her. But I got to the point, it's like, yeah. It don't matter. I don't have to go. It's not going to bother me if I don't do that. It's not going to kill me if I don't see her in concert. It's my ego playing tricks on me. I don't have to have a queen. I'm comfortable just being a beacon of hope and love for humanity. I'm comfortable just being a positive male role model. I'm comfortable just speaking lives into, or speaking healing into the lives of others. I'm comfortable. I could stay practicing being a monk. I could stay in the mountains just surrounded by my garden and the animals I'm raising and just the wildlife, the bears, the mountain lions, the wild pigs, the coyotes, the turkeys, the deer. I'm comfortable just staying in this atmosphere. I don't have to have anybody in my life. That was my ego playing tricks on me. And what God was doing was like, Elijah, you think that I'm keeping you from all these things. You think that I'm punishing you. And that I'm not going to allow you to have fun. You think I'm keeping your woman, your queen, from appearing in your life. Because I'm punishing you for all the crazy shit you was doing when you was younger. You think I'm not going to let you travel and go where you want to go. As punishment. No, I'm preserving you. I apologize for this cold. I'm just getting over it. I'm preserving you. I'm preserving you. I'm preserving your queen. So that when I bring you guys together, you won't fuck it up. When I bring you guys together, you'll appreciate each other. When I bring you to the opportunity of being able to go see Mary, go see your girl with your queen. Let me say it again. I'm gonna allow you. I'm gonna preserve you physically, spiritually, emotionally, so that you could go and take your queen to go see your girl. And it's a trip because when I woke up the other day, Queen asked me, she was like, how do you feel? Are you excited? You get to go see your girl. And I was like, yeah, I'm cool. You know, she's just looking at me. I said, I wake up next to my queen every morning. That's just my girl. You're my queen. And what God had to show me was, Elijah, you won't look like you waited 30 years. It won't seem like you waited 30 years. And the trip is, I had to look up when Mary came out with what's the 411. Because I couldn't even remember when that album came out. I couldn't even remember how long I've been waiting. I couldn't remember. I was a single parent raising 2 kids when that album came out. "30 years later, I have 7 kids, 4 grandkids, and I have my queen. I've traveled extensively in that time frame. 30 years of waiting, quote unquote, to get to the promised land. 30 years. I've been married and divorced a number of times in between that 30 years. But they wasn't the one. They weren't the queen. As you're going through your 30 years, as you're going through your wilderness on your way to the promised land, don't lose hope. Don't give up on your dreams. Understand that it's all about divine timing and that God has a plan. And you're going to enjoy and appreciate and be so humbled by that experience. When you get to your promised land, your land flowing with milk and honey, you'll remember, man, it was the journey. So many of us, we have these goals. It's like, man, all we focus on is the goal, the goal, the goal, the goal, the goal, the destination, the destination. And God is saying, no. Remember the journey. Appreciate the journey. Learn and grow in the journey. Don't wait until you get your queen before you become a king. Don't wait until you get your king before you become a queen. Man, it's the journey. You start working on that now. I'm practicing that now. I'm learning that now. Why? So that when my queen gets it, man, I'm an expert in this. When my queen gets it, man, I know how to wine and dine. When my queen gets, I know how to show you appreciation and value and woo-doo-doo. I know how to take you places and trip you out and blow your mind. Because I've been working on this. I've been perfecting my skills. So now that I'm not sitting there just trying to, okay, God, now you brought this beautiful woman in my life. Man, I don't know how to talk to her. I don't know how to diffuse this situation. I don't know how to take her on a beautiful date. I don't know how to show her my appreciation and woo-doo-doo. I don't know how to Nah, I got to learn, and I got to learn real fast. No. I've been perfecting these skills, these traits. So that when she shows up, it ain't just about sex. When she shows up, man, I can make her life better. Her life is supposed to be improved. Her life is supposed to be enhanced because she's now connected to me. Now that your queen is there, that's supposed to be an upgrade for her and you. How are you upgrading her life? How are you enhancing her life? How are you enhancing her thought process? How are you enhancing her growth and development? See, because now that you got your queen, it don't mean that your growth and development stops. Now that you got your king, it don't mean that your classroom is over. No, okay, now we're together. Now we're on the journey together. Now we have to grow together. Now we experience things and we learn different things together. Yeah, we still have our individual growth and development, and that needs to take place. But now it's a team approach. It's a team concept. Man. And you're going to enjoy the ride. You're going to enjoy it. And it's going to be just as beautiful. Just as loving. Even more so now. It's going to be more loving. You're going to feel more alive. You're going to be even more grateful. You're going to be even more humbled. But don't lose focus, because they haven't come in your life, because you haven't gotten to your promised land season yet. Don't give up hope now. And it's a trip. I've talked about this in the past. Man, the children of Israel talked, they were in Egypt as slaves for 400 years crying out to God. For 400 years, talking, man, I'm done with this bullshit. All right, God, my bad. We fucked up. We get it. We fucked up royally. We get it. Come get us out this bullshit. Man, God, we know we did some stupid ass shit. We know we did some ignorant ass shit. But how long are you going to let Pharaoh just break our fucking backs? How long you going to let Pharaoh break the backs of my kids? How long you going to let Pharaoh break the backs of my grandkids and my great-grandkids and my great-great-grandkids? Oh, hell no. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. My kids, my grandkids, and my great-grand, and all these generations are brought up in fucking slavery because of some stupid ass shit that our ancestors did, because of some stupid ass shit that we did. These motherfuckers wasn't even born yet, and they're growing up as fucking slaves, being beat the fuck down, working day and night. How long are we going to have to endure this? How long are we going to have to go through this fucking infliction? God released them after 400 years. Now they're walking out into the wilderness, walking towards their promised land. And it's a trip, because we still do this today. We come into a roadblock. Their roadblock was the river. And now they got the Pharaoh's army coming behind them, pursuing them, and they got the river in front of them. Now, in their mind, they're fucking trapped. They're trapped. And they start coming like, man, it'd been better had we just fucking stayed as slaves. Now we got all the wealth of Egypt. And they realized that they gave us all of their wealth because they were just sick and tired of us. We was there for 400 years, and God allowed these Egyptians just to give us all their wealth, all their gold, all their, everything. Now these motherfuckers want their shit back. But God, you promised us the land flowing with milk and honey. You promised us our promised land season. Now my past is coming to bite me in the fucking ass. Now my past is hunting me. My past is pursuing me. It won't let me go. I'm trapped. I got my fucking past coming up fast behind me. I got this fucking roadblock right in front of me. I have no fucking escape. God parts the Red Sea, and they walk across on dry land. Soon as Pharaoh's army seizes, them motherfuckers in their intelligence should have been, oh, hell nah. Fuck that. Yeah, they got us legit. They got us real. You know what I mean? Nope. Turn their asses around. We doing a U-turn. Fuck them motherfuckers. We'll rebuild again. You know what I mean? But no, they ignorant asses are so mad, so desperate, so angry, so bitter, so full of rage. We getting them motherfuckers at all costs. That's another message. When your enemies pursue you at all costs. When your haters are trying to tear you down. When your haters are trying to destroy what God is doing. The children of Israel, they didn't even engage with Pharaoh's army. They stayed focused, kept walking to the promised land season. That's a message all in itself for some of you. Y'all so focused on what your fucking enemies are doing. Y'all so focused on what these haters and your exes and all the shit that they doing, all the shit that they, yeah. Oh, yeah, he might be all that, but he ain't da-da-da-da, and he ain't da-da-da-da, and she ain't da-da-da-da, and they spewing all this bullshit about you because they're fucking hateful, because they're angry, because they're fucking ex. Because you won't entertain them anymore. You won't make them a priority anymore. You won't even conversate with them anymore. And so they're pursuing you. They're trying to stop you from reaching your full potential. They're trying to keep you from being the best you possible. So children of Israel walk across. And here comes Pharaoh and his dumbass army just following the leader. You know what I mean? And be careful who you follow. Because all these other motherfuckers following Pharaoh. And Pharaoh's pursuing the children of Israel. Trying to get them. Trying to capture them. And all the motherfuckers died in the river. They were drowned to death. Be careful who you fucking pay attention to. Be careful who you fucking pursue. Be careful who you chase after. Be careful who you speak evil against or speak against. Just because I may not look like I got God in my life, just because I may not look like I'm connected to God, just because I curse and I wear crystals and I got tattoos and don't mean that I'm not connected to God. Be careful who you speak against. Be careful what you say and how you use your energy. See, because I ain't got to argue and fight with nobody. That's a distraction. I'm connected to God. I'm intimately connected with God. And so I just stay the course. I just stay in my lane. I don't have to worry about what everybody else is doing in they fucking lane. I stay in my lane. I mind my fucking business. What you doing over there with whoever you got going on with, man, that's your fucking business. You grown. Do you? It's not that I don't care. It's not that I don't love you. It's the fact that I have none attachment. I'm detached. You're entitled to live your life the way you see fit. You're entitled to do what you want to do with your life. Whether you fucking it up or not. Man, that ain't got nothing for me. I can't say nothing about that. That's none of my business. It's different if you ask me. Because if you ask me, because I'm connected to God, I'm going to ask God, man, God, what am I supposed to share with this person? What would you have this person hear at this time? Be careful who's chasing you. Or don't give a damn who's chasing you. Be careful who you chase after. Be careful who you're following. All those Egyptians followed Pharaoh into their fucking graves. Children of Israel made it to the other side safely. Everybody made it to the other side. Now they're walking. They ain't got no fucking food. They start fucking complaining again. And man, y'all know how it is. Motherfuckers just ain't never satisfied. You just saw God part the fucking Red Sea. And you just walked across this fucking river on dry ground. You just saw how he brought the river back together and swallowed up all your fucking enemies. Everybody that was fucking hating on you, everybody that was pursuing you, trying to capture you, trying to destroy you, you saw how he swallowed their asses up and preserved you and brought you through that difficult, challenging circumstance to which you saw no way out. He made a way out of no fucking way. Now he done made a way. Now your ass is complaining again? Because you're hungry? Like he can't make shit happen for you? You just saw a miracle. You just saw the impossible become possible. Twice. The Egyptians let your ass go. That was impossible. But they did it. And they didn't just do it. They gave you all of their fucking money. They gave you all of their wealth. And then you saw the miracle of the Red Sea. 3 miracles. 3 things happened. 3 things already happened for you. He set your raggedy ass free. He didn't just set you free. He made you fucking wealthy as fuck when he set you free. And he just parted the Red Sea for you. And all of y'all made it across. Now, you're complaining again? You're frustrated again? You're bitching again? Woe is me, life's not fair, and we're out here, and we're gonna go hungry, and we're in this fucking wilderness, and we don't know which way to go, but God promised us the promised land. Man, it'd have been better had we just stayed in Egypt, and all this stupid bullshit that they were saying, because they'd forgotten that fucking quick. God just set them fucking free. Gave them the fucking wealth of Egypt. Took them across the fucking river. And you're still fucking crying and moaning and pouting. So God brings them bread. God brings birds to feed them. And they're tripping. And then Moses says, oh, some spies. Go look at that. Go look at our promised land. Can we actually go in there? Can we actually make it in there? Can we actually take the land? And see, that's a trip. God promised you the land. God told you where it was at. God told you what it was. Why the fuck do we need the confirmation of man? If God done did all this shit for your ass already, told you that's your promised land, what the fuck are you asking these motherfuckers to go look at the land for it and come back and tell us if we could take the land. If God has already told you that's where you're going, that's your promised land. If God's told you that, and you just saw all the shit that he just did to get you to this point, I don't need nobody's fucking confirmation. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck what you think you are. Man, if God said it, man, it's done. You know, it's done data. You know what I mean? It's a done deal. It's a wrap. I don't need your fucking permission. I don't need your approval. I don't need your validation. God put his stamp on it. Case closed. End of conversation. God said, stamp. That's my chosen one. Stamp. That's my queen. Stamp. That's my fucking king. Stamp. That's my light bearer. Stamp. That's my healer. Stamp. That's my beacon of love. Stamp. That's my beacon of joy. Once God puts his stamp, it's a wrap. Unless you fuck it up. And you fuck it up by complaining. And you fuck it up by not being grateful. You fuck it up by not being in alignment with God. You fuck it up by doing stupid ass shit that you shouldn't be doing. That's how we fuck it up. Just because we fucked up don't mean that God fucked up. Just because we fucked up don't mean that God had better for us. We just fucked up. And so they're waiting for these 12 spies to come back. And two of them, man, yeah, we can get, there's giants there, but it's this and that. But look, man, we got this shit. You know what I mean? We got this. Two of them, we got this. The other motherfuckers, oh, hell no. It's big people. They're like that. And we stand up to them like little grasshoppers. And then all this bullshit. Fear. Fear. And so they didn't go in when they could have went in. They walked around in the wilderness for 40 fucking years. Here's a trick. The Bible says, as their feet grew, because again, 40 years, you got little babies, you got little kids, and the Bible says, as their feet grew, their shoes grew. That's a fucking miracle all in itself. As their feet grew, as they became a grown-ass fucking man, walking around in this fucking, their shoes and their clothes grew with them. God was providing for them. God was always providing for them. Not all of them made it into their promised land. A lot of people died in the fucking wilderness. And it was all the old fucking heads, all the moaners and complainers, all the motherfuckers thought that they should believe in some shit. All the motherfuckers thought that, man, we're the elders of the community and we know the Lord the most. And the word of God says, all them motherfuckers died off and didn't make it into the promised land. Be careful who you follow. Be careful who you listen to. Be careful who you listen to. Man, you can have your dreams. You can have all that you want. And you can have what you settle for too. The choice is yours. You could have your heart's desires, or you could have what you settle for. That's your choice. That's your choice. But if you stay connected to God, intimately connected to God, He'll preserve you. He'll keep you. He'll have your back unconditionally. No matter who comes against you, no matter what obstacles you're facing. Again, these people was facing a river. These people had army, trained soldiers, trained murderers, assassins pursuing them. And God kept them safe. Now they're facing the river. God kept them safe, took them across. They're facing starvation and the heat, and God brought clouds. God brought them food. Their clothes grew as they grew. God's got your back. He's trying to take you to your promised land. Man, the question is, will you follow? The question is, will you get distracted by all the yak, 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 yak and go another way? The question is, who are you listening to? Are you listening to your ego tell you that you don't have to do all that? Are you listening to your ego telling you, man, don't worry about it. Man, forget that stuff. Man, why wait 5 years, 10 years, whatever, when you can have this boo right here? Look at how he looked, but yeah, he looked good, but he gonna beat the shit out your ass too. He look good, but he got AIDS. He look good, but he gonna cheat on you. He look good, but he gonna rob you the fuck. You know what I mean? She look good, but she gonna dog you the fuck out. She look good, but she's fucked up. You know what I mean? Fucked up bad. Bad as fuck. Ignorant as fuck. Man, who are you gonna listen to? Who are you going to be connected with? How are you going to enjoy this ride? Here's a trip. The final thing. The children of Israel, all they had to do was enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the experience. See, it should have taken them 40 days to go from Egypt into the promised land. 40 days. It took them 40 fucking years. Because they didn't know how to be connected to God. They didn't know how to listen to God. All they had to do was enjoy the journey. They're leaving with all this wealth. They didn't have to fight the army. They just had to keep walking in their purpose, walking to their promised land. They didn't have to do anything for the river to be parted. God took care of that. They didn't have to build a bridge. They didn't have to put a pavement road. They didn't have to do a damn thing, but just stand there and watch the power of God unfold right in front of them. And a way out of no way, what was impossible became possible. And they didn't have to do a damn thing except watch it happen. They got to the other side. Now the heat's bearing down on them and God sends the clouds. Now they're hungry and God sends the birds and sends food. They were thirsty and God sent water from a rock. All Moses had to do was speak to the rock and water would have been kept gushing out. The people didn't have to dig a well. They didn't have to do a damn thing for the water. All Moses had to do was speak life. Speak it into existence. Every one of their needs was met on their journey. They needed more clothes. Their clothes grew with them. Every one of their needs was met. But they couldn't enjoy the fucking journey. They couldn't enjoy the experience of a lifetime. They had to sit there and keep fucking crying and complaining and bitching and moaning about what they ain't got and who's doing what and da-da-da-da and da-da-da. All the bullshit, the low frequency shit. And God is sitting there like, damn, what the fuck else do I have to do for your raggedy, ratchet asses to understand that I'm a real guy? I got you. You cried out for 400 fucking years. And it wasn't that it took 400 fucking years. It just took divine timing. And that day came. And y'all walked out singing and so happy and so full of joy because you carried all this fucking wealth. You carry this shit. And you run into a roadblock. And you forget how powerful I am. You forget who I am. You forget who you are. Because you're seeing this mighty power coming behind you. This army pursuing you. Dead on your fucking heels. And you forget who you are. You forget who I am. Man. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. Stay connected to God. Not religion. God. Remember who you are. See, I love the Bible in the aspect that, man, there's so many life lessons in there. There's so many things that we could take from that book and just apply it to our life. And be like, damn, them motherfuckers was hard-headed as fuck. Damn, them motherfuckers was ignorant as, man, damn. God just gave you all that, and you motherfuckers still bitching, still crying, still on one? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Man, we just like that. We're just like that. And so God allowed these people to go through all that shit. So people like us today can be like, oh, hell no. I'm not doing that. I'm not going down that path that they went down. I'm not making the mistakes that they made. I'm going to learn from their mistakes. Man, God, thank you for showing me my ungratefulness. Thank you for showing me that I was becoming negative. Thank you for showing me that I was becoming toxic and just on some bullshit. Thank you for showing me that, man, you truly got my back and you're going to preserve me. If you preserve their fucking clothes, you'll preserve my body. If you preserve their fucking shoes, you can preserve my health. If you preserved and took them through the wilderness, through the heat, through the hunger, you did all of that and gave them water. Man, you can keep me. You can preserve me until I walk into my promised land. Until I receive my beautiful queen. And even after I receive my beautiful queen, I understand that the promised land doesn't just stop. Now it's time for us to build together. See, we so fixated, man, I can't wait to get to the promised land so I can just sit back and just chop it up and get fat and we'll do. No, now that you're at the promised land, now we got to build some stuff together. Now that I got my queen, now we got to build some stuff together. Now we have to establish some stuff together. The journey continues. The journey continues. Man, hope and pray that I said something that's blessed you, that's encouraged you. Man, I never saw me getting my queen this year. You know what I mean? I didn't see that I was done. I was ready just to be a monk and just hide away in the mountains and meditate and teach Tai Chi and martial arts and gardening. I was done. But God said, no, that's not the plans for you. That's not your purpose. Man, thank you for riding with me this long. Thank you for staying watching this long video. Man, Mary J. Blige, she'll be in these cities. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm gonna show you this right here. One of the shirts that we got. So maybe she's coming to a city near you. My beautiful queen and I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.